Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I want to do a video where I build my makeup bag. So I do this every month to kind of keep things fresh and current in my makeup bag. I've tried to film these every month, but obviously there have been months that have gone by where I haven't filmed anything, but I still do it even when I'm not filming. So today we have my makeup bag, and the only thing left in it are my eyelash curlers because I do keep those in there. And we're just gonna build my makeup bag. My hair is done actually for like the first time ever in a video. I haven't like combed it out or anything, but I did cave and get a Dyson. And I did that because I was using the Revlon brush, and I'm pretty sure, actually I'm gonna pull this down here so it's more out of my face. I was using the Revlon brush, and I'm pretty sure all these like short broke off hairs are a result of me using the Revlon brush. Now I will say that the Revlon brush is much quicker to use for what I use it for. So I normally go in, I don't go in with wet hair, I go to bed at night. Look how like, I should have used the little flyaway brush that they came on there. I'm all over the place here. So I use the Revlon brush on my hair once it's dry to kind of get any wave out of it and to put in a little volume. And I usually go to bed just with wet hair, and then I just do that really quickly in the morning. This though, you have to kind of do with wet hair, and I find that this took me so much more time to do. I think I did like the result, or we'll see how it kind of wears throughout the day, but like this might be like a special occasion thing. Or they also have like the round brush option on that, though I use the larger barrel curling iron. This has nothing to do with today's video, but anyway, we're gonna build my makeup bag. All right, so usually I like to start out with a little bit of skincare in the makeup bag. I usually pack skincare with me, like when I'm going to Army. And by the way, these makeup bags are for whatever traveling I have to do that month. Because I don't want to sit there right before my trip trying to remember what to have in the makeup bag. So I like to have everything ready and use it throughout the month. And then that way I have a cohesive look that I know I'm gonna like. And like I have the makeup for everything I'm gonna need. So I think about what traveling I'm gonna do that month. And this month, actually, I only have traveling this weekend, which is the weekend of December 2nd, 3rd. And then I also have Christmas traveling. So I don't need anything crazy for Christmas because I'm just gonna go see family. And actually this is almost out. I'm gonna use this today, which is I'll use it till it goes out. It's the autocorrect. It's a little tiny one from Sunday Riley. I'm gonna pop that in there. But anyway, I have Army this weekend, so I'm obviously gonna wanna go for like a more neutral, natural look because I'm gonna be in uniform. And then when I go visit family, like I don't need to look overdone. I'm just gonna go to my grandparents' house. All right, and then I also like to put in some skincare. And I wonder if I have a smaller one around here. So I do have smaller ones here and there. I use these for everything. I use them to re-wet my skin before skincare. I use them in the summer. I keep one in my Army bag to where if I get overheated, I can just spray my face with a fine mist of water. And then also, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start using it to re-wet my hair if I need to restyle with the Dyson. I was like thinking about that. I'm like, what am I gonna use to do that? Although this is kind of expensive, I could just get like a bottle of water. But since I always keep those on hand, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know how I'm explaining that. You can tell I haven't filmed in a while because I don't know how to make continuous, like cohesive thoughts. Okay, so I do wanna do a little bit of moisturizer. And I'm looking for a smaller one that I can put in my bag. So we'll have to come back to a smaller one, but for now, because I'm like looking and all of these are full size and this is too big to put in it. Recently I did an order for Referral brushes, and I got a free face cream with it, and I've been trying out their face cream. It's very rich. I don't want to use too much. It reminds me of the Embryolisse. I'm just gonna get some of that. And I don't want to go too crazy because I'm gonna also try to go with moisturizing face products because this is the time of year where my skin gets super dry. Okay. And sometimes I find after I even put on a moisturizer like that, just a little bit more water on my face kind of helps it to sink in. I should have brought an iced coffee in here with me. All right, so this is what I want to use because it's sheer and it's moisturizing. The only thing is I'm not 100% sure if this color is good for me. Right now, I've lost almost all of my summer tan, but I'm not as pale as I get in the dead of winter. This is the Chanel Le Beiges, and I have BD21. This is the Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So I'm gonna pump some of that out and then rub my fingers together. And I think that'll be an okay match. So this has more coverage than, I have the other one, I'll just show you. This one, which is the Water Fresh Tint. What's this one? Water Fresh Complexion Touch. But I like that this one is smaller, and I think my skin is pale enough to use it now. I think this shade I have is light and it's a little bit deeper. So normally I'm able to get by with like one pump, but I haven't even gone up to my forehead to even it out. So I'm gonna do another pump. Kind of place that around, and I'm definitely gonna have to blend with a brush. And that's the other thing is a lot of times when before I started doing this method to pack for traveling, I would forget my foundation brush or just brushes in general. And so as I use brushes, I put them in. And I typically don't like to do this like the day before. I like to like do my makeup maybe a few days before as I'm like prepping these bags. Usually my travel isn't at the beginning of the month. And then I wash my brushes and I have everything ready for the next month. But I'm literally leaving tomorrow, so I'm not sure I'm gonna have as much time to fully complete my bag. But I think this looks pretty nice. And that's a pretty good match for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. And whatever's left over my fingers, I'm gonna kind of pat into the eye area. My nose has been really kind of dry lately because I've been rubbing it. And makeup like on dry skin, especially if it's like hydrating makeup like that to where whatever's hydrating kind of sinks into the skin, then the pigment just kind of lays on top of the dry skin. So if I zoom in on my nose, you can definitely see that there. So I'm gonna try to like moisturize my nose a little bit more so I don't go around with a nose looking like that like for the rest of the month. All right, I wanna do eyebrows next. And I've kind of like switched my eyebrow method a little bit this month. I'm still loving this Beauty Pie pencil. I think I've mentioned it like probably in every video where I do my brows because it's kind of waxy. It's the perfect color for me. So I am going to include that, but kind of only if I need something to fill in. And I want to start with a brow powder. And this has been my favorite, but everything that I really like just falls apart. And I'm gonna go in and kind of just fill in the sparse areas starting out with the powder. Because I find that it looks a little bit less like obvious and drawn in. And I want to look polished and nice. I don't want people to look at me and be like, oh, she drew in her brows. But a lot of the time it's obvious. Like when people, especially even me, when we do our brows, especially when we try to like get them even, because I don't have hair that grows all the way in where there should be hair on this side. So then I'm like trying to draw it in to like make my brows look even. Just soften that a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in the bag. I think I did buy a new one and I ought to just start using the new one, but I'm pretty sure the packaging's gonna do the same thing. And then my favorite brow gel that I've been using is this, the Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit. And it just makes my brows look so natural. And I am gonna put this as a backup in the bag just in case I need it. Okay, so now let's do some concealing. I've been obsessed with this concealer. Oh, calm down, Autumn, you're like 40, stop saying obsessed. Okay, but I have been loving this concealer from the same. It's the cheapest concealer I own, and it's actually probably the closest color match. It does kind of leak. If you see right there, it gets in there. So I'm gonna like do that and not pull it all the way out because it's getting kind of gross. But I'm gonna kind of spot that around those dark areas. But anyway, this concealer is probably the closest concealer I've ever found to my color match. And while concealer formulas are very important, and I do think that this is a good formula, I think if you get a really good color match, you can be a little bit more forgiving on the formula, because a bad formula usually breaks apart and shows through that the color match isn't that great. And whereas if you have a really great color match, even if the formula isn't the best, it's not going to be as noticeable. But I do think this has really great formula, and then also the coverage is really good without looking like too drying. So I'm gonna put that around the kind of red areas on my face. And I wanna go in with this brush. This is the Referral 35. And I'm just gonna kind of dot that in, kind of blend those areas. Which I don't know if that's what this brush is meant to be used for, but you can kind of stipple in with this brush. Like I'm gonna do that here. But you can also just blend. Oh, I just got a package. I ordered so much stuff Black Friday, hence the Dyson situation, because I got $100 off. I'm like, well, this is the time to buy it. I'm gonna jump off here for just a second, go get the package that was delivered and get myself something to drink, and then I'll be back. All right, so my package didn't arrive. I don't know what I was hearing, but I did go get a drink, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, now we can continue. All right, but I am excited. I checked to see where my package was, and I actually have 4 packages coming today, so that's really exciting. Okay. Also, it's the best time of year for Black Friday and that sort of thing to happen, because it's also my husband's busiest time of year, and he's not working from home. He's like actually like out working, so I can sneak the packages in. All right, let's go ahead and do face makeup before we go into like blush and bronzer and all that stuff before we go into the rest. So I will tell you what I have been using to bronze my face with has been this from Fenty. It's the Butter Biscuit. And you know what? I have other things, but I think I'm just gonna stick with this though. I've been loving it. And then if I start using something else during the month that I like more, I can switch them out. So let me find a brush that I want to apply with this. I'm gonna use this brush. It is from Zoeva, I don't know. It's a Luxe powder brush, but I actually like this for cream blush and bronzer. So I'm just gonna start dotting that around the perimeter to add some color back to my face. Also, I have been seeing these Zoeva brushes at TJ Maxx, so cheap. And it's one of my favorite brush brands. So if that's like a brand that you're into kind of, or you're just looking for some good affordable brushes, I've been snagging them up, and they're like $3.99 a brush. And sometimes I even see them on clearance for as little as $2. Like I don't get like the super weird shapes, but like the stuff that like I would use every day, like I grab them. Okay, that looks nice. Although like looking in the monitor, I'm like, am I not blending well up my forehead where you can see a visible line? But I think that's better. Once I have like powder and blush and all that stuff on, it's gonna be less noticeable too. Okay. So then I like to use that same brush for cream blush as well. I've been mixing up my cream blushes and I don't know. I think I want to go with something a little more brightening. And this is Ophelia from Rose Ink. And again, I just go in with the brush. That's the packages, 100%, right? Either that or like somebody's just hanging out on my porch. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb because I'm filming, but let me check my Ring doorbell. Yep. Some of my packages, so not all. Some are UPS and some are from the Postal Service. So I'll go out in a second and grab them. So now I need to decide like what powder I want to use on my face, and the problem is a lot of the powders that I like to use are in these big jars. And so that's great for like every day while I'm sitting here, like doing my makeup. But almost every time I just have to travel with a Laura Mercier powder because you can get these smaller ones. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And then I still have this from when Tati Beauty was a brand. So I'm gonna try to get some of that on here. Kind of dust it around on the back of my hand first to like evenly disperse it onto this puff. And then just kind of go on the under eyes. And like down these areas that I don't want to be excessively shiny. But for like everyday use, I'm probably going to use some of my other powders. I've really been liking this La Mer one recently. I think it looks really nice, and it should because it's like outrageously expensive. I don't know that I would purchase it again though, but I am enjoying it right now while I'm using it. So I want to use one of these Merit eyeshadows, and I'm pretty sure the one I like the most is Vachetta, just because of the tone. And these are great to use alone or to use as an eyeshadow base. But what I will say is I hate the packaging and the dry time, like they stay once they're there. I do notice that after, if you have oily eyelids, they do crease after a while, but they're great as an eyeshadow base. And I do like this particular color. So I like to always put in a cream shadow that I can wear alone, or one that I can wear as an eyeshadow base if I want to do like a more complex look. And this might actually just spread easier with my fingers, but yeah, I think that's really pretty. And I am using this, but I actually bought, here we are, I bought the Merit brush, and that would make more sense for me to go under with this thing. I do think that this like brush tip is a little pointier than I would like. But if you want to use this as a liner, it kind of makes sense to me as to why they've made it so pointy. But then I just have to like put it where I want it and then go in and blend with my finger. And the reason I hate this packaging is like you have to like find where it clicks in, and it's just like, it's a pain in the ass. All right. So I have that on, and then this has been my go-to everyday eyeshadow palette. These tones work really well for me. So I'm gonna go in, actually, even though I put on this darker base, I'm gonna go in with this white towards, it's not white, it's like cream, towards the inner corner, just to brighten it up a little bit, and then dust along the brow bone. And then I usually like these two shades to go under the eye. I already have that under the eye, but I'll kind of deepen and kind of set this shade that I already have on in and pull this up a little bit. By the way, this is Clinique Teddy Bear, and I don't know if I'm saying everything as I don't know. I'm not used to filming again. Maybe I'll get back into the hang of it. But this is just the ideal little travel quad for me. The tones are great, and it's like the perfect base for any eyeshadow look. So those are going in there. And then I like to put something in with a little bit of shimmer in it. And so normally it's like a Dior quad or something like that. So let me look. I haven't even used them. Let's pull out some new things. Okay, so I bought some Dior holiday items and I was planning on making a video and I haven't, and I don't even know if they're still available. But I did get one of their eyeshadow quads, and this is perfect. Or it's a quint. This has the gold and bronzy tones and then a silver in the center. This is gonna be perfect for this month. This is Promenade Doré. So let's go ahead, and I definitely wanna put on this one and maybe even some of that silver in the inner corner. I feel like this is really versatile and there's a lot that I can do with it. So I'm gonna get like a little flat brush like this and go on into this sort of brassy shade. And we'll just, yeah, that's a little heavy, and so I'm actually gonna go in with this one that's a little fluffier and put it on and blend in that way. That's beautiful. Can't believe I haven't touched this yet. I was waiting to do a video, and I guess this is the video. This is gorgeous. All right, and then I want to go in with that silver. So I need to get like a little bit, to go in with this, see what happens. And this is a Refer number 14. Just a little bit. There's like so much I could do with this. It's kind of like a lot of the same shades in the Teddy Bear, only these are the shimmery versions, plus you get a silver. So I feel they're gonna really complement each other. All right. And so I also bought a blush from that collection. Let's go ahead and pull that out and just stick it in there as well. And here it is. And so it looks kind of matte. I haven't swatched it yet. It looks very pale and matte. So maybe we won't put it in there. Let's just put it on and see what we think it looks like on the skin. So this is a Refer 05. Again, I'm pretty sure it's like a regular powder brush, but I like to use it for blush. Oh, I actually think that's subtle and nice. Oh, it does seem to have a bit of a glow. Is that, huh. And even if it's matte, I've decided I'm also going to pull in another product I recently picked up and haven't tried yet to kind of add a bit of a glow. So that's very pretty. All right, so keeping that in there. Did I say the name of the blush? It is Precious Rose. It's a satin blush. So I like it. All right, so I got this ridiculously expensive. It's called Super Loaded Tinted Highlight. And so it's kind of like a blush topper. It's from Westman Atelier. I'm pretty sure I paid like 75 bucks for this. I bought it during the Sephora sale. Okay. And there it is. And this is in the shade Peau de Pêche. All right. So what brush would be best with this? Because I feel like it's like a cream to powder situation, but it's probably gonna need to be stamped onto the skin. I'm gonna try this. This is the Refer 04. Let's just see. So for this being as expensive as it is, I felt like as soon as I put it on, it added a little bit of texture to my skin. And that could also be because I applied it over a powder. Like, we don't know. We're just kind of playing around with some new things here. I'm gonna take that blush brush though and blend a little more. And maybe this would be something that I would put on with just a cream blush and not a powder blush. Interesting. We'll put this in the bag, but I'm not convinced that I like it. I do want to use a powder bronzer, so let's find one of those. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out because it's small and I can travel with it, and I also think this color might work well. It's the Tom Ford bronzer in Terra. So I like to use this. It's the Referral 22 for bronzers, which is so funny because the brush is larger than the bronzer. I'm just gonna go around the edges and kind of blend everything and go down my neck. And I've recently been bronzing, like, obviously my chin, but also my upper lip, because I find that, like, after I put makeup on it and then I'm bronzing my entire face, then it's like I have a white upper lip and it looks crazy. So if you're wondering why I'm doing that, I just take whatever is left. I don't, like, obviously put the concentrated product there, but I think it looks crazy to have just a white upper lip and then a bronzed face. Okay, and so now we need to look at highlighters. And I know that I have that one highlighter in there, but it's a little bit deeper, like a blush shade, and I think it's more of a blush topper situation. And while my skin is glowy and I don't feel like I absolutely need a highlighter, I want to put one in there in the event that I actually want one. Doesn't mean I'll use it every day though. So I have this from Dior, and so maybe I'll pop that in because I can kind of mix some of the colors, and I think with these peaches it will kind of work well with what I've got going on in there. So I'm gonna actually mix this and this. Actually, we'll throw some of the gold in there too, just these three. And then just right there. Not a whole lot. Maybe over the brow bone too. And then over the bridge. All right, so now I'm gonna do some makeup setting spray. And so I have this little mini that's gross. Let me clean it. I have it from Urban Decay. And I got it like an Ulta, like a gift with purchase at one point, and I have the full size. And what I've been doing for travel is pouring the full size into this for travel. And I'm almost out of the full size. I am gonna pour as much as I can over into the travel one. And I've already ordered, which that might be what is on my porch right now. I saw that they had a Christmas set, or just a value set at Ulta, and you could get 2 all-nighter sprays. It's a little bit more than the price of one, but you definitely get a discount. So I went ahead and I did that. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and I'll spray. And so now we just need to do lashes and lips. So for my lashes, I obviously am gonna curl them. By the way, this is the Laura Mercier eyelash curler. There are 2 eyelash curlers that I like. It's the Shiseido and the Laura Mercier. All right, so my lashes are curled, and recently I have been using this Lancome lash primer. I don't know how much it's helping or if it's just making my lashes look clumpy, but I am gonna try to continue to use it. And I think I'm gonna try to put in a mascara that does a little bit better job of combing my lashes out, and then maybe they won't look as clumpy. All right, so I'm gonna pop that in there, and then I'm gonna use this Lancome Lash Idol. I think that looks pretty good. But I'm also wondering, I put that on, maybe I shouldn't have let it dry before I go to put this on because it's harder for me to brush this on now that that primer is dry. Do some bottom lashes like with whatever's left over on there. I typically don't do bottom lashes, but sometimes I just feel like the look is better with it. All right, so let's do lips, or at least put in a couple products for lips. I'm not a huge lip person. The first thing I want to put in there, and then I always try to keep one on my nightstand and like one in a travel bag of some kind, is this Dr. Dan's Corda Balm. This is the best lip balm I have ever used. It's very inexpensive. If you've got like dry, crusty winter lips, this cures them almost immediately. There is a downside though, and this is why I don't talk about this a whole lot on here, and I talk about other lip balms when I do, is because this is hydrocortisone and it tastes like straight up ass. Like, it does not taste good. If you want somebody to kiss you, do not put this lip balm on. Do not. So I'm putting this in there, but I'm just letting you know it tastes awful. All right, so let's do some color products here. This is the lip liner I always use. This is Nude Beige from NYX. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. And then I want like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be adventurous here. This is a YSL lipstick that I recently got in the shade 1968. And I'm just gonna kind of dab a little bit. It's like a nice, natural, warm rose color. Here's the thing is, I will never go through a tube of lipstick because I just dab. I never like swipe and fully put on lipstick. That looks good. All right, and then I want to put in a gloss of some kind in case I just want to do a gloss. You know what? This color from Merit looks very similar. It's in the shade Marrakesh. So maybe if I just want to add a little bit of moisture. Yep, that's it. All right, I'm gonna do my hair and then I'm gonna come back, organize everything in there, and then maybe add a few things that I'm missing, like an eyeliner or anything like that that I can think of that maybe I need to add to the bag. Okay, I'm back. Did I really do my hair or did I just take the clips out? We'll never know. All right, so I think the things that I need to add in that I didn't add in while doing my makeup today, and I just kind of like think about things that happen throughout the month. And the main thing that I need to put in there is an eyeliner. Now, I don't always wear eyeliner, but sometimes I look at my makeup and I'm like, there's like no definition in the eyes. I just need a little something. So I am gonna grab an eyeliner, actually two. I do wanna take this Jones Road eyeliner. This is in the shade Brown, just for a little bit of definition. And then I also want to take this in the shade Bronze from Estee Lauder. Sometimes I like adding definition without adding depth, and this is like the perfect thing to do it. So I'm gonna put those two in. And then I want lip products. Ooh, what do I have smeared across my face here? I have like something like smeared right there. I don't know. So I have those in, and I was thinking about lip products. I all kind of went for the same color. I want something more clear, or other than that horrible tasting balm that I can put on with the lip liner or without the lip liner if I just want to maybe have less color on my lips. So, is that still too much color? It's really pretty though. I think that's too much color for what I'm looking for, but I really like that. I'm gonna go with this. This is the Lancome La Absolue Lacquer in 274. And again, it still has like some color, but it's not like as much. So I'm gonna go with this, and then I wanna get like a balm or a gloss. I'm gonna go with this Kosas lip oil just to have like a little something if I don't want a whole lot. And that's it. Also, I did just go get some of the mail off my porch. I'll just go ahead and show you what it is. I don't plan on doing like a Black Friday haul situation. And this wasn't much of a Black Friday deal, and I just sprayed it on. It's the fragrance Mango Skin from Wilhelm Perfumery. Okay, so I've been wanting this fragrance probably for about 2-3 years now. And I was talking to my friend Amy. She has a YouTube channel. I'll leave it linked below. But I was talking to her and I was just like, I've been wanting this scent. Such and such brand just came out with a mango scent. Maybe it's a good comparison. And she's like, just get the scent you want because you're gonna probably end up getting it anyway and then you're gonna waste your money on the other one. So I got it. I sprayed it on myself right now. I smell amazing. This is so good. So I'm excited to have this. And then the other thing that came in the mail were these Ray-Bans. So I have like Ray-Bans and wireframes, and I don't know why, but I feel like wireframes are more summery. And I wanted some that I would want to wear in the winter, like with my coats and all that stuff. I need to get this off the lens. Let's see if I can. There we go. And I thought these were great. They have the wider side, but the normal like Wayfarer front. And then I just thought these would be perfect for the winter. So I don't know. I like them. I think I can also wear these in my army uniform because they're plain black and they're not too faddish. They might say something because of how wide this is, but I don't know. I feel like I could wear these in uniform. So anyway, those are the things that I just got in the mail that I'm really excited about. Oh, you know what? I also got these. This is becoming a haul video. This is a mess. So I saw viseart kind of had a sale going on. And so I ordered a few things that I wanted to try. One of these was a color story that seemed to be out of stock every time I went to order from them. And this is their Petite 4 in Praline. And again, these are very much colors that suit me. So I really wanted that. And then I had never tried their bronzer. So I did pick out a bronzer and I got the shade VBR01 Bronze NOIX Bronze Noi. I don't know, thought it would be a good shade for me to try. And then I grabbed this blush duo because these are such bright, like sort of fun colors. I think would be, again, perfect to brighten the skin, even when I have a tan or when I'm pale. And this is the, I don't know, it's like a mix between something and apricot. Coquelicot? Words are hard. But here that is, I don't think it's giving off, yeah, back here you can kind of see, they're bright. It's very pretty though. And then, I got this because it has a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter. And I don't know, you can kind of just see it putting it next to my face. It is kind of like drab. It pulls a little too pink, not warm enough. Like I don't know. I'll try it out, but this might be something that I pass on to a friend that it suits better. What shade is this? Enamored. There are the 3 shades. And I just don't know that those are gonna suit me. But I did wanna just try the formula, and I think they were like 30 to 40% off, so I got a couple things to try. But anyway, this is the video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I do have some other videos planned for you coming up in the next couple months. Again, my busy time is over, so I am gonna try to dedicate more time to making videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.